Hi, I am Ayaz Memon. 3 days into the ODI World Cup being played in India, the headlines have been, well, England being upset by New Zealand in the opening match. Now you might say that, New Zealand were runners-up last time and England were the reigning champions. So is that strictly an upset? Perhaps not, if you look at it through the paradigm of linear logic, but the manner in which New Zealand demolished England, it just was, on the one hand, breathtaking to see, to witness, and on the other, it just opened up all kinds of possibilities that might happen in this tournament going ahead. If New Zealand are going to be so strong and England are going to be so vulnerable, all kinds of things, permutations and combinations as to who would go into who would reach the semis would perhaps be, will be under strict scrutiny. The other headline was Pakistan, after an initial period of deep struggle against Netherlands, finally came good. And, they needed this win to kind of harness their forces. They've been struggling since the Asia Cup to get a playing 11 which is capable of winning matches consistently. Despite Babar Azam failing in the opening match, they got a lot of runs from Rizwan. South Shakil was the eye catcher there, and of course the all-rounders, Shadab Khan, Mohammad Nawaz doing well. Also Hassan Ali coming back to the team doing well. Shaheen Shah Afridi looking sharp. But Haris Rauf, very crucial member of this Pakistan team who had been injured, out of form, out of sorts, coming good. So good for Pakistan. The other headline from India's point of view, extremely important. Shubman Gill, the young star and touted as the next big thing in cricket, is reportedly down with dengue, and that's come on the eve of the first match that India plays, which is going to be against Australia at Chennai on Sunday. Very crucial match, and Gill, there's been no decision taken as yet whether he will play or skip the match. I think medical advice will prevail over all other considerations. It's created a little turmoil in the Indian camp and created a quandary about the selection. I'm going to talk about that, but there was also a fourth headline, which I must mention, even if in passing right now. Where are the spectators? The first match, England versus New Zealand, one of the big matches of this tournament at the Narendra Modi Stadium, which seats more than 100,000 people, was barely a quarter full. I mean, things started improving in the second half, but even so, not enough spectators to watch Pakistan and Netherlands in Hyderabad, and so on. So the concern is that ODI World Cup, ODI needs succor, the 50-over game, the 50-over format. This World Cup was expected to give it that boost, that fillip, so that it survives in the future. Remember, T20 has been very invasive, and the desire to save Test cricket is very strong. So will ODI get squeezed out? We don't know. I think the match, India versus Australia, could be the trigger for the World Cup to come alive. I think a lot more propagation and promotion needs to be done by the ICC and BCCI, but I think this could be the trigger. But let's look at what's going to happen, or what could happen in this match, India versus Australia. Both former champions, very, very strong teams who faced each other across formats quite often in recent months, especially in the last 8-9 months. Australia and India, they played ODIs, they played Test matches, then the WTC final where Australia got the better of India, but different format, of course. So now, I think, frankly, there's very little to choose between the two teams. India, of course, will have the home support, playing at Chennai, pitch which generally helps spin. For me, the interest is whether R. Ashwin, who's a local boy, will make the cut or not. First, Shubman Gill. I think the strength of this Indian squad is that there are so many players who can fill in for somebody else who's not well. Kishan is somebody who can walk into this team as a wicketkeeper and a batsman, and then an opening batsman if Gill doesn't play. Rahul can open the innings, KL Rahul. So, yes, Gill's absence would be a loss, but not such a massive loss, because you need to preserve him if he's not well for later matches. The tournament is 6-7 weeks long, so lots of matches to come, and Gill needs to be there for the later assignments. Where the Aussies are concerned, on Indian pitches they've been suspect, albeit in Test matches, and Ashwin has a kind of almost a psychological stranglehold over them, over Smith, over Warner, even Labuschagne. So I would think he should play. Where India are concerned, they have to watch out for Mitch Starc, He's done extremely well against India most times, most often. Also, Glenn Maxwell, he's a bit of a maverick player. Either he'll win matches for you, or he'll win, or he'll lose matches from a winning situation. That can also happen. But he's a very dangerous player. The guy who I would also watch out for is Cameron Green. He's a youngster, young all-rounder who's coming along extremely well. And he knows now Indian conditions. He's played here. He's played in the IPL. Big match, big tournament, big match for Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, of course. I think India's advantage lies in world-class all-rounders, Ravindra Jadeja and Hardik Pandya. One is a spinner, one is a fast bowler. And what that helps is that India can have 3 spinners and 3 fast bowlers without losing depth in batting, because there are so many all-rounders. So my choice would be Bumrah, Siraj and Pandya as the bowlers, and Jadeja, Ashwin and Kuldeep as the spinners. So the fast bowlers and the spinners, and you've got a batting lineup which is Rohit, Gill, Stroke, Ishan, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul, Jadeja, Hardik Pandya, and so on. It's going to be a big match. I think it'll set the tempo and the tenor. I mean, the first match was exciting, England versus New Zealand, but this could really bring the tournament alive. We'll have to wait and see how it goes.